Oh, welcome on in to Terry and Friends, the Look Ahead show. I'm Terry. That's Nick. Or that's Nick. That's Nathan. We are going to have our quick show, probably around half an hour long, maybe less, maybe a little more. Just going over tomorrow's games. Nick and Nathan are going to tell you if they think the lines are going to move, if you should wait, if you should bet now. If they have any opinions on the games. We will get right to it. It's a big card tomorrow. Anaheim is in Montreal. Let's see here. I have to go to my other book for this. Minus 132 for Anaheim, plus 110 for Montreal. Total, I don't have the total right now. What do you think, Nick? Anaheim, Montreal.
Yeah, my initial leads towards the over in this game. We've seen Montreal's expected goal totals be super high recently, especially since getting back to Foley and Anderson. Their offense has actually been a little bit better. Yes, they just got blown out against Minnesota, so that this could be a potential look towards the Canadiens in this game. I don't know if I'm going to or not because actually I think this game, this line's a little short. This may be a look towards a favorite for me actually. Which is surprising. And maybe Ducks in regulation or Ducks puck line type of game. Yes, I know the Ducks are playing right now, but Montreal is still not that great of a team. They're coming off an embarrassing loss, which was not pretty. It was, 8-2 or whatever, something along those games. Along that line, I don't remember what the score was. It wasn't pretty. That's all I remember. For me, it's an initial lean towards the over because offense – has been clicking there, and it might most likely be Stolarz in then instead of John Gibson on the second half of a back-to-back. So, in my initial leans towards the over in this game, it is a 6.5, I believe. So it's a little bit high of a total, but I think that over 6.5 could be a look here.
All right, Nathan, anything in this game?
Yeah, I agree with you there. I don't know what to think of the Ducks on a back-to-back. They've had 3 of them. 2 of them have gone into overtime. 1 of them into a shootout, which is very interesting. The other one they lost. They got shut out by the Blackhawks, I believe. So it will be very interesting. Habs played really well, beating Dallas, but then they've kind of regressed back into the Habs we've grown to know over the years. So I agree with the over. This is definitely an over spot, especially if the Ducks lose tonight. They come back and look to get back on track tomorrow in Montreal. So that is my initial lean. I don't know that you need to jump out and grab this line as soon as it drops. You should have some time to think on it. I don't think this will be one of the big movers of the day.
Mm-hmm. And I apologize. It's a 5.5, not 6.5. I was reading the Ottawa line, not the Montreal line. You're muted.
Yeah, Anaheim doesn't really score that much, and Anaheim doesn't really score that much, and sorry, 1 second.
Chances against Montreal, though.
Yeah, and Montreal. It's Montreal. They don't score very much either. We will move on along to the second game here. Carolina is in Ottawa. Minus 260 for Carolina. Plus 215 for Ottawa. A total 6.5 here. Big favorite. Nick, what do you think here? Carolina, Ottawa.
Yeah, this is another where it's an initial lean towards the over in this one here. I'm still not done handicapping this game. I have to put in some numbers in for this one because I've been a little slack on this one. I got all the later games done because we did those for Total Chaos. But this is an initial lean towards another over in this spot. We know Carolina puts up goals. We know Ottawa struggled goaltending recently. They've given up at least 3.55 expected goals. And I want to say 4 of their last 5 games. And this is just an offense in Carolina, which is going to put up 4 goals in this game. They're a team that scores a lot. Granted, this is on the road for Carolina, but I think they'll be fine. They're coming off of a very nice win against Vegas. No, actually, I'm looking at a couple favorites. So you can, if you know what that means, you know. But I'm actually looking at a couple favorites tomorrow. So no, it's not only underdogs for me. I know, shocking. Tomorrow will be the day that underdogs win because I'm looking at a couple favorites. I'll probably look at taking Carolina's team total in this spot. I may look at an over in this game. Tomorrow may be a lot of totals for me rather than sides. I didn't see very many sides I truly like tomorrow yet. Now, when line moves and then certain lines hit certain points, then there's value on some of them. That's why I like to wait for some underdogs because a lot of people will add big favorites to their parlays and things like that, so you'll get better prices on teams like the Yotes if you wait till 2 hours before game time. That's why when I do add a lot of Yotes plays, it's about 2 hours before game time. But yeah, if you're trying to find value on underdogs, you wait. I have a feeling if you like Ottawa, money's going to come in on Carolina. I can promise you that. Carolina's going to be one of those teams that people are going to add to their parlays because they're minus 200, minus 240 now. So they're massive favorites tomorrow. And Ottawa is coming off of a nice 5-0 win. So they may have a little bit of momentum in this one. Lean towards the over. I didn't get to anything quite yet this game.
Wow, Nick. Wow. Yeah, that was my thoughts when he said he was going for a favorite tomorrow. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm on the underdog in that game. And I'm thinking, me and Nick are going to agree for a change. Not in this game.
I'm leaning that way. I have to look more into it. And
then you said you like a favorite. I'm just like, are you kidding me? It was pretty.
Well, I like the Ducks tomorrow a little bit. That's a favorite.
Nathan, what do you think here?
Yeah, one thing I'm going to be looking to grab when it drops is the race 2. I race to 3, definitely, depending on as long as the juice is better than minus 150, and then.
Why, Lenny? Why? Wait, the
Blackhawks.
My bad. Sorry, yeah. I won't mention the Blackhawks winning 4-0. Like that'd be mean to say that the Blackhawks are up 4-0 on the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thanks, Lenny.
Yeah, hit the like button.
Yeah. Race to 3, race to 4 is definitely something that's going to be on my card for this one. Hopefully the juice isn't too terrible when it drops, but the Canes are favored minus 260 on my book already. No value there. Minus 165 in reg. No value there. So yeah, that's it. And then probably some props. Like D'Angelo for an assist, Aho for an assist, and
that's not what you said. That's not what you said last night, Tim. When Buffalo lost.
When Buffalo was being blown out.
Aaron Dell finally regressed.
Aaron Dell's a bum.
I don't know. He wasn't the Vesna running in his first 3 games back, but anyways.
And then he decided to join the WWE and elbow someone to the ground. So
yeah,
we will go on to the next game. LA is in New York facing Nick's Islanders. It's plus 125 for LA and minus 145 for the Islanders. A total 5.5. This was on our Total Chaos on Picks and Parlays. So go check it out. The 3 of us were on a Total Chaos tonight. We all liked the over because it was a 5. Now it's 5.5 in my book. So I would lean more towards the under, 5.5. But it won't be a play for me. What do you think, Nick?
2-0 Calgary.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this game. To be completely honest, I think this is a spot where potentially the wrong team's favored. I kind of like the Kings in this spot. That would be my lean in this game at around plus 125, plus 130. Their advanced numbers have just been so good. They outplayed the Rangers in their last game and lost in a shootout. 3.69 to 3.37 expected goals. Once again, Shesterkin stands on his head for the Rangers. If they didn't have Shesterkin on that team and it was Georgiev and another goalie, this team would be struggling to be in playoff contention. Shesterkin's the only reason why they are in one. But other than that, like the Kings, their expected goal numbers are always really good. They get a lot of pucks to the net. So if you guys look at props a little bit, I've seen people. They're not available in my book, but if you find a team's shot on goal total over, the Kings are always a good team to bet those. I would lean Kings in the spot at 5.5. These teams split halfway. The Kings in 3 of their last 5 have gone over 5.5. They're over 3 that have gone over 6.25, 7.06, and 7.68. So they go way over those. And then on the other side, 3 of the last 5 have gone under this total for the Isles. So this one's a pretty easy stay away spot for me. Maybe a lean towards the underdog.
All right, Nathan.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the way the books have all this lined. Like 90% of the money's on the over. It hasn't really moved much. Yeah, over's still plus money on my book, so that's very interesting.
Well, a lot of people bet the over one was a 5. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. But I actually like the Kings in this spot. I don't like that 5.5. Oh man, this game has a 3-2 written all over it. Advanced analytics point to the Kings, but the Kings, they've just been unlucky in their last couple of games. You were saying earlier with the game against the Rangers, they just couldn't find a way, and
they can run into the same thing with Sorokin here that they did with Shesterkin. That's what's keeping me off this game.
Exactly.
If it's Varlamov, I'm on the Kings all the way.
Yeah, I am too. Oh man, and then I haven't really looked at the spot. I don't know when the Kings head back to Cali. But Kings are definitely the better team. But I'm just gonna stay off of this one. 3-1 Leafs right now.
Yeah.
That one just happened.
We were all on Anaheim on the show today, so
yeah. But that's all I have for this one. Stay away until I find a way to get in this, depending on the goalkeeper. But I'm gonna stay off of it right now.
All right. Next up, New Jersey is in Tampa. Plus 250 for New Jersey, minus 310 for Tampa. A total of 6.5 in this one. Nick, what do you think in this game? Any lines going to move overnight, or?
If you like Tampa Bay, bet them now. They're a huge favorite, and it's only going to get higher. They're minus 295 now. I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up in the morning and they're minus 325. We've seen this a lot with these minus 290s, minus 300 favorites. They'll move overnight like that much. So for me, it's a lean towards at this price. I mean, if I'm getting plus money with a plus 1.5 with New Jersey, I might lean that way. I need to do more work on this game. I have to put in a few more numbers on this one here, but this one early lean towards the Devils. If you can tell me it's not the guy they had last night. If it's John Gillies, I'm okay with that. He's actually not looked bad this year, John Gillies. And maybe an under in this game. Once again, I have to still look at more numbers for this game as well.
Yeah, no problem. This is, like I said, just a quick look ahead show. Nathan, any thoughts on this game?
I don't know if there's gonna be any value on the Lightning. It regs like 2-something on my book. They're minus 310 favorites on my book. So definitely race to 3, race to 4. I also like the score in the first 9:30 or whatever. That prop too. The Devils gave up a freaking goal 30 seconds in the last one against the Stars. I think the Lightning at home will be ready to come out of the gates hot and put some goals up early. I know they didn't exactly have the best road trip going out to the West Coast. I know, and so I look for the Lightning to start off this homestand well and keep putting it to a Devils team that's just not looked very good other than beating the doors off of Carolina 7-4. They just haven't looked very good other than that.
And that was Carolina in the second half of a back-to-back with Antti Raanta in net.
Yeah. So those are the 3 that I'm definitely looking for, and I'm probably going to be looking to load ups on some props for the Lightning too. Yeah. Specifically on the power play. Devils are a terrible penalty kill team, so that's all I have for that one.
All right. Next up, Anaheim just scored. That is great news. Next
my
up,
under dead in that game.
Rangers in Columbus. At my other book here, it is minus 227 for the Rangers, plus 180 for Columbus. A total of 6 in this game. What do you guys think here, Rangers Columbus?
I need to know goaltenders first. The goaltenders will tell me everything I need to know about this game. If it is Igor Shesterkin, I do not want to get involved in this game. If it is Alexander Georgiev, because they're saving Shesterkin for Friday against the Wild, Sorry, Terry. That's the smart move to do. I want the over. So I'll see what happens here. Rangers have been trending a little bit more towards the over expected goals. Surprisingly, Columbus has trended more towards the under when it comes to the 6.5 number here. If I can get a 6 over, I would be a little bit more comfortable with that. I'm trying to see if this line's not available on my book because Columbus is playing currently right now. I'm seeing 6.5s across the board. If they tell me it's Georgiev, I want an under though. Or Shesterkin, I want an under. That 6.5. I don't see that many goals in a Shesterkin start, but this is the second half of a back-to-back for Columbus. And this is a spot where I would see this game going over if it's Georgiev because it's Korpisalo on the other side. And I would see this going a little bit more under with Shesterkin in net. So I need to know who's playing goaltender first.
All right. Nathan?
Yeah, I agree with Nick there. The Rangers are potentially in a look-ahead spot, and especially because they have to go to the Wild on Friday, which I know you're very, very interested in that game. But, yeah, Columbus hasn't really impressed me tonight, so they could also be in a look-ahead spot with the Rangers coming into town tomorrow. So I lean over. I could see the Rangers absolutely taking it to Columbus, especially if they get embarrassed tonight. And I could see Columbus scoring a couple goals, keep that over in play, as long as Shesterkin's not in net. But yeah, that's where I'm looking to there. I think that's all I have on that one. Not too many thoughts.
Yeah, no problem at all. Next up, Seattle is in Pittsburgh here. Plus 250 for Seattle, minus 310 for Pittsburgh, a total of 6.5. In the total chaos, I gave this under. Did I say under? I don't know where it is right now. I lost it, but I lean to the under. Seattle's really leaning towards the under right now. Pittsburgh trending towards the over. What do you think, Nick?
Seattle is trending more towards the over in actual goals that they're scoring, but if you look at their advanced numbers, they've gone over 6.5 in 3 of their last 5 games for expected goals, including back-to-back games when they played Florida and Nashville. Pittsburgh's been an over team. For some reason, it wasn't that case. Expected goals numbers against Arizona, the expected goals were 2.31 to 1.60, which surprisingly ended as a 6-3 game. So that just shows, I think, Yari had an off night, and the Yotes apparently don't know what goaltending is. Or Karel-Vejmelka was good in the beginning, but wasn't good at the end. This is an over spot for me if I'm getting anything in this game. Don't sleep on the Kraken. I might look at a team total for them because we saw even the Yotes were able to get 3 against Yari, so I wouldn't put it past a Seattle team that's playing a little bit better as of late, coming off of I know they lost against Nashville, but they deserved a better fate in that game, and that those expanse numbers saying that game should have been closer than it actually was, 3.37 to 3.30, so 0.07 differential in their goals expected, and it was a 4-2 game, so I think that's a little bit deceiving, that score. Seattle played pretty good in that game, and of course the win against Florida where I was able to cash a plus 216 ticket against them. So I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle pulled off an upset here, but I don't know if I'm going to be betting it. I may have a ticket on them. I highly doubt it, even though it's a huge underdog, and I love my huge underdogs, but it's an over spot for me here in this one, if anything.
All right, Nathan?
Yeah, I agree. It's a huge over spot. I mean, it's been a hot minute since the Kraken have played a game on the road, and their last road trip, they did not fare very well against Colorado, Dallas, and St. Louis, although it's 2 good teams in the Stars. But I think that this Pittsburgh team is going to be red hot coming back home, and they've been trending heavily towards the over. And I think the Kraken can jump up and get 1 to 2 goals. They've been playing better recently, but I don't see them. I don't see them staying in this game. I think it's going to be Pittsburgh early and often, but I do think the Kraken get 1 or 2 to make this over hit pretty easily. I could easily see this being another game where Pittsburgh goes over 7 over 8, real easy, back and forth.
Here's how I would suggest playing this game. If you guys do like Seattle, take them in the first period. Because I can see them having a 1-0, 2-1 lead at the end of the first. I know it's 0-0 with Arizona, but we've seen this. Oh, wow, the Red Wings actually scored a goal.
Comeback is on.
The comeback is on. Give me one more goal and I'll be happy. I can see this being a 2-1, 1-0 Seattle lead after 1, and then at the end of the game, it's 6-3 Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh is a later team. They were a big first period team for a little while, and now they've been a team that starts slow, I've noticed a little bit. So I would lean maybe Seattle first period if you like it here. So if you like the Kraken, release them in the first period. I don't know if they hold the lead the whole game.
All right. This should be a very good game. Vegas plus 140 is in Florida minus 160, a total of 6.5. I'm going to be looking towards Florida race to 4 goals. That'll definitely be on my card tomorrow. Florida is just an amazing scoring team at home. And Vegas, they got a shutout the other game, but I don't trust them. What do you think, Nick?
This may be a Florida in regulation spot for me, to be completely honest. And the only thing that's really, I know this may seem weird because it's a really nice underdog price with a good team with Vegas. The only problem is they're still missing a few pieces, and missing Riley, Pasquaretti, Martinez is going to loom large when you're playing good teams like Florida, and especially when Florida is at home. Because, yes, I faded Florida against Seattle because they're on the road. I faded Florida last night against Winnipeg, which didn't cash because they were on the road. I don't trust this Florida team on the road, but there's no denying that this Florida team is amazing at home. They're 21-3 at home. If there wasn't a team called the Colorado Avalanche, I would say they're the best team on the road or at home this year. So this is a spot here where it's probably going to end with Florida in regulation for me. I mean, this is the second leg this is the second leg of the road trip or the path of death for the Vegas Golden Knights, where they were in Carolina, they're going to Florida, and then their following game is against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So this is a spot here where this is a tough road trip because they played Washington the game before that. And then it seems like those teams always start with Washington, and then they move their way through Carolina and Florida. So, I mean, that's always the toughest road trip. And you can even ask good teams like Calgary what happens when you go through that road trip, or teams like Vancouver when they were playing really well with Bruce Boudreau in the beginning. You run through that buzzsaw, and they're going to eat you alive, especially when you get one after the other. It's just a terrible scheduling situation. Makes you wonder a little bit how good truly is Florida, Tampa Bay, and Carolina at home, because usually when they play at home, it's the worst spots for their opponents because it's always part of those road trips. So I wonder how much we can attribute to that as a sign that either these teams are really good at home or they're getting these opponents that are screwed heading into this because they have this hell of a road trip. I'm not taking anything away from Florida at home. This is probably Florida in regulation for me. Maybe Florida team total over. I'll get it now before that line moves up to 170, 180 tomorrow because everybody's going to bet Florida at home. So maybe Florida puck line at plus 140 is interesting as well. This is already up to 166. This line's moved. So it'd be leaning towards that, but I haven't bet anything in this game. Maybe I'll lean towards the over as well because it's Florida at home.
Nathan?
Yeah, I agree. Nick said everything. They're on the road trip of death and they're kind of beat up. This is definitely a Florida spot. So I'm going to be on race to 3, race to 4. Hop on that money line if you like it. Grab the puck line if you like it too. This is not a good spot for Vegas. I think they're going to be licking their wounds headed home, looking to regain some momentum after they take one on the chin. This game, take one on the chin against the Lightning. I mean, this is just not a very good spot for him.
Wow, it's 4-2 now. Cash the over and
the comeback is on. So if you want to bet Red Wings live, Red Wings money line is plus 425. Red Wings plus 1.5 is plus 120.
Yeah.
So if you're liking those wings, you could jump on them now.
Or if you've been drinking and you like those wings because of the first period, go ahead and take your swing.
Oh, let's go to the comments here. I see we have a comment. First game.
Yeah, this is a first game back off a road trip.
Yeah, that could be definitely.
I have to look deeper into this game. I haven't bet anything on it. I kind of want to go over, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. I'm writing down the time here because I think Nick forgot, but it's okay.
Oh, wow.
Calgary is in St. Louis. Yeah, it's okay. I've been writing down that. Calgary is in St. Louis. Calgary is playing right now, so the lines are not up in my book here. Calgary tomorrow plus 120. St. Louis minus 143. A total of 6. Calgary smashed St. Louis in their last game. Now they're heading to St. Louis. I think St. Louis is going to come out here and be pissed off and want to redeem themselves after that loss. So I will definitely be looking at St. Louis in some ways. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, surprisingly enough, this is another favorite I might take on a puck line. St. Louis Blues puck line. This is a revenge spot more than anything else, and it most likely would be David Rittich in net. Good old Big Save Dave. I heard that nickname once, and I think that was hilarious. But, this is a spot here where we have St. Louis coming into this game. They got absolutely annihilated, but that was the last game of a road trip.
And a back-to-back.
And a back-to-back for them. St. Louis hasn't looked great recently. They've been outplayed in actually 4 of their last 5 games. The only game they outplayed their opponent was that dominant win over Seattle. This also could be a look towards the over because Calgary has been going over expected goals. Obviously not tonight. Or it's a 3-0 game tonight. I need 3 goals in the third to push that one. But both these teams have been trending towards the overs and expected goals. Because I think this is a 6, if I'm not mistaken. It's a 6. I would look to go over in this game as well. Maybe a team total over for the Blues, something along those lines. I think that this is a smash spot for the Blues.
All right, Nathan, do you think Blues are going to bounce back tomorrow?
I do too. I think the over's live. I think the Blues puck line, Blues money line. As long as there's value there, I really like it. I would get it now, unless the public looks too far into this one, especially because the Flames are up 3-0 right now. But it's a huge letdown spot. We're gonna see the same thing. Whereas I'm gonna do a Stars Wild reference. The Wild absolutely smashed the Stars at home. Like, what was it 7-1, 7-2, and they came back to Dallas, and Dallas was just pissed off about it. And I think
that was the Lightning that beat them that bad.
No, that was recently. I think Terry remembers it. It was before the break where we swapped.
Minnesota smashed Dallas, and then we went to Dallas, and we got smashed right back. So
yeah, I think we're in the same spot here, and I think the Blues are healthy. The Blues are ready. Yeah, exactly. I think Husso's going to be in net, and I think they're just going to absolutely take it to them, and one of those "you fuck on me" moments. I fuck on you. And
do you think Husso is the number 1?
I think so. He
didn't start the year number 1. It was Binnington.
No, he did not. That was Binnington.
But
it's okay.
I think that's a great dynamic duo for a goaltender. If you're looking to make a run in the playoffs, St. Louis Blues are deadly. They're a sneaky team out of the West.
They are.
I gave them out to win the division in our future show. I remember Terry.
Yeah.
I think that they're a very sneaky team.
Okay, and next up we have Vancouver's and Winnipeg, plus 145 for Vancouver, minus 165 for Winnipeg, total 5.5. My early thoughts in this game, I don't have much. I don't really have much in this game. This will be probably a stay off. 99% it'll be a stay off game for me. Nick, what do you think about this game? Anything?
But this is one of the games I actually have a bet locked and loaded and ready to go. Over 5.5 at plus 107 is what I got. All my numbers are the expected goals, totals, and stuff like that. They're all pointing towards the overs. Winnipeg has gone over 3.11 expected goals in 4 of their last 5 games. They've gone over this 5.5 number in 4 of their last 5 games for expected goals. And they're taking on a Vancouver team that's gone over this number for expected goals in 4 of their last 5 games. I'm expecting some major positive scoring regression here offensively for Vancouver. Their totals have been going way lower than they should be. All 5 of their last 5 games have gone 1.17 or points goals or lower than it should have compared to the expected number to the actual number. Spencer Martin's not going to stand on his head like he has been recently. He was an absolute beast. If he was barely off his game against Edmonton, that would have been a 6-2 game. So this is a spot here where over is the play for me here, and I'll lean towards Winnipeg in regulation. Vancouver's still beat up right now, and I don't. Wow. And Vancouver's burned me a couple of times recently, so
yeah,
I'm gonna look to. It would be a lean towards Winnipeg in regulation. Winnipeg has deserved better fate than their games have in their games recently than they have had. And I think that this is a spot where Winnipeg come back home after a bad road trip. I think they can get a win here potentially. So it'd be a lean towards, or they were back home, I bet, against Florida in their last game. It would be a lean towards Winnipeg in regulation most likely. And I like the over. I bet it already.
All right, Nathan.
Yeah, I like the over. You would think that the Canucks could have made something work, especially getting the Oilers on the end of that homestand. But I think this is a big get right spot for the Jets. Not only is Vancouver beat up, they're beat up on defense, and the hardest thing to do is replace ice time for defensemen in the NHL. And I don't see them coming out on top on this one. They had a pretty bad homestand. I think it's going to keep going, and I think the Jets get some positive scoring regression, and they get back on the horse and start winning again. I think this is a great spot for them. So I haven't bet anything because I've been sick, but I like the over, and I like the Jets. Both of those will probably be on my card.
I'm trying to think about when Total Chaos I did.
You had the unders.
Yeah, and now that you brought that up, Nathan, I totally forgot. Winnipeg had 3 of their defensemen out last game. So both teams have defensemen out. So I'm scared as heck for that under in the Total Chaos. But
yeah, I think me and you both had that under, and I regret it.
I think
I think I was the only over in that game.
Yeah, I think also it was 3 of you.
Everybody was looking at how Vancouver recently they've been
trending to the under.
They're trending towards the under. If you look at the box score doesn't tell you everything now because 5-4, 3-4 in the last 4 games for Vancouver, but yet 6.17, 6.61, 4.74, and then 5.72. They've been going over that 5.5 pretty regularly expected goal wise. So,
but if you just look at expected goals and you don't look at the box score, then if you just bet on what expected goals says, say that you are going to lose as well because there are different circumstances.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's explanations behind the numbers.
You kind of have to look at both.
Easily. Yeah. It's just. You can
run
it
one or the other, completely judge your opinion, or else it could go bad, in my opinion, anyways. We have one more game left. Nashville is at Edmonton, minus 105 for Nashville, minus 115 for Edmonton, a total of 6. This is going to be a big play for me on Nashville tomorrow. I'm actually probably going to bet it pretty soon once we're off the stream. I'm going to bet the only odds right now is the money line. It's the only way I could bet on the game at my book. But I will be betting. I will be betting on Nashville. It's minus 105 right now. I think they move to become the favorite, and it could be anywhere minus 120 for Nashville or something like that. So I think I'm going to jump on that.
Before we started Total Chaos, it was plus 110. It's now minus 105 on my book.
Yeah, my book still says plus 110 for Nashville.
No, mine is totally
nice.
Yeah,
and I'm not looking to bet them.
I know. So I guess you should grab Edmonton now if you like Edmonton, Nick. Right?
Why? If you think money's going to come in on Nashville,
true. Yeah,
wrong. I'm a wait and let Edmonton hit even money then.
But do we know for sure that money is going to come in on Nashville?
If you're saying it is, I mean, I don't know. I don't know
Well,
whether
I'm not
it's going to
saying
come.
it. I'm saying I expect it. I expect it.
I would expect it too. Because Nashville's been playing a lot better. But I mean, we are looking at the Edmonton Oilers, who are coming off of back-to-back wins, which may open up some people's eyes to this Edmonton team a little bit more. And it looks like they might be getting. It looks like they're getting Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back tomorrow as well. If he wasn't back already, if I don't remember if he was or not.
Yeah, he was back last game.
Yeah, he was back. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't remember seeing him in or not. I barely watched that game, so I think I watched a couple minutes of overtime. That was just about it. Zach Hyman's still out. That's what it is. Yeah, this is a spot here where I want to see what this line does. If this goes up to plus 120, plus 125 for Nashville, I'll jump on Nashville. If this goes down to a pick 'em, I'll drop on Edmonton. At this line, I feel like I'm just going to stay put for right now. I may look at Edmonton regulation because this is I think it was only a 2-game road trip for Nashville, but this is the last. They head back home to face Vancouver after this, I believe. So, and Edmonton's finally starting to play a little bit better of hockey. They deserve better fate in that Florida game. That was not a 6-0 game. Yes, they ran into an absolute crazy performance by Mr. Bobrovsky in that game. That was an absolute standing on the head. That's where you look at expected goals a little bit, and it makes you scratch your head because it's 6-0 Florida, but expected goals, high danger chances, because those are going to go in eventually. Like if you throw pucks to the nets and get these high danger chances, those are going to go in. That's what expected goals tells me. Now, I know you said that, yeah, you can't just look at them. I don't only look at these numbers, but these are very, I don't know what's going on outside. There's flashing lights. Interesting. It looked like, I don't know, it just caught my eyes for a second. I'm a squirrel, but I mean, for me, this is the spot here where Edmonton, if you look at expected goals, they've been getting chances. They've been getting opportunities, and they're eventually going to find the back of the net because this team, even with no depth, that top is so talented with McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins. They're going to put pucks in the back of the net. This is also another one where I've already bet the over in this game. I've already got over 6 in the spot as well.
Yep.
We all like the over in total chaos. I think Koskinen is going to have the worst night.
Yep.
I think Nashville's going to absolutely smash Edmonton in this game. 5-2 is my prediction. What do you think, Nathan?
Yeah, I think they get them on the puck line. I don't know if they get this super, but yeah, I think there's going to be goals, especially because Oilers, if they're going to win or they're going to get ahead, it's going to be on the power play, and Nashville's one of those teams that ends up in the freaking box. And so I agree with Nick that it's not going to be an absolute blowout, but I think that over is going to get toasted. Part of me really, really, really likes the. What was I looking at? An adjusted over. The over 7.5 is plus 225. I might sprinkle on that.
Me and Nick's eyebrows both shot out when you said that.
Whoa!
Yeah.
7.5. If you said 6.5, I'd be like, hell yeah, 7.5. Wow.
This game has a 5-3, 5-3, 4-3, or 5-3.
That's a big dick play right there.
This game has it written all over it. I think it's going to. I think
this could easily be 5-4. This could be a 5-4 game.
Yeah. Also, while we were talking, Caps scored once, and then the Flames have it up 4-0. Hopefully, the Flames cover the over for me tonight. But yeah, to me, this game is just screaming 5-3 Predators. I really like the Preds in this spot. I actually just bet them while we were live because I saw a line movement on my book.
Yeah, exactly. They've deserved so much better fate. They've run into some hot goalies. That's their problem. They ran into Spencer Martin, which they still won that game, but they should have scored another goal or two. And they ran into Bobrovsky, where they should have put up 4 against him, and they got shut out.
Exactly.
So, they dominated that first period. If you were Edmonton that first period against Florida, and you go and that 0-0, that was just devastating for them.
Yeah, I'm really feeling the plus 7.5. Oh man,
you should get that as your best bet tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, best bet tomorrow. Just swinging.
Hey, if you cash that would put you right up the standings.
Yeah, I know. I already missed some on the standings today just because I felt
Well, no, that's the thing is because it's not done by. So like I'm 4-0 in best parlay pieces, but it doesn't go by total. It goes by how much you make. So if I go and
I
lose,
give out a plus 1,000 and it cashes, that counts as it may be only 1-0 for me, but I'm up 10 units.
exactly.
So
That's how it's done is by unit size. So missing a day will definitely not hurt
I've
you.
missed 2 days, so you're good.
If anything, it's going to hurt me because I have to give picks every day. So
Unless you start getting hot, then you're freaking making money.
yeah. Well, the show is doing well. That's another good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Let me try to find that. So overall, we're 33-17, plus 6.36 units. If you've been putting a unit on everybody's plays, best bets.
How many
15.
best bets have gone against each other though? Like if you're putting a unit on each best bet, how many times have you put a unit against each other?
I haven't looked to see if we've gone against each other. I don't think we really have.
That's a good question. That's an interesting tidbit. Like, oh
but
yeah.
even if you do, you're still up money. You're still up almost
the juice,
units. Even if you did bet those minus 300 bets, even if you did, if we went against each other and you took both ways, you're still up almost 7 units over since the show started. So hopefully we keep that going. Everybody, thanks for coming. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Join us tomorrow on the 5:00 p.m. show for the hockey, and then we'll also be doing an 8:00 show for the NFL conference championship tomorrow for the weekend. And I will be on ESB next show in the morning, so it'll be a busy day ahead tomorrow, but I'm ready for it. Smash the like button, and good luck tonight, everybody, with your bets. And good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for hosting, Terry.
No problem. Have a good one.